Roger, thanks for dropping by. I thought we'd play Hunt the Twin Trunk. It's in there somewhere. Basically that's the trouble with these. They put out very long extensions in a very short space of time, which if you were trying to grow a really big tree would be brilliant because you'd have something to work with. But the problem with these long extensions is they also have big gaps, they have big internodes, and a lot of this growth is just not wanted. So I think the first thing probably is to just take the long extensions off and see what I've got left. I'm going to take them off totally, and I'm not doing this in any sort of bonsai way. I'm just sort of basically anything that's sticking out comes off sort of thing, and then we'll have a look at what's left. That's the easy way to work with these, is just clip them back. It will all come again very quickly. The other thing they do in this that's actually quite important, especially this time of year, is these long extensions effectively cut the light out of the middle of the tree. Without the light in the middle of the tree, the branches in there can often die back. So you end up losing some of your inner twigs. Must remember to turn this as well. It keeps it's not got a wall behind it, but it does have a bush behind it, and also a large hedge that sticks up in the air, so the light level behind it is a lot less than in front of it. So you get uneven growth basically. The easy way is to just balance that, just turn the plant. It's remembering to do it. Obviously that means that what you call the front doesn't face you all the time, but well, takes your choices. If you don't do it, you get imbalanced growth, and then you will only have a one-way bonsai that only ever looks good from one direction, which is how a lot of them are. That's how they end up. But I think with these, if you wanted to get a nice ramification on one of these, you're going to have to work basically. You're going to have to keep trimming constantly. They're not the sort of tree you can leave for a month. I mean, I haven't touched this since, I don't think I've trimmed it this year since the leaves came out, and you can see, you can see I haven't, because of the long extensions. Now, if at the base, the instigation of each of these long extensions, if the tip was trimmed at that point, it would branch, and then you'd have to keep at those. You'd have to then nip those before they extended. You just have to keep at it, and I don't think there's another way of dealing with these apart from with an electric hedge cutter. That might do it. But yeah, they just grow, and the trouble is with the alternate leaves, you never get a pair of branches. You never get a pair coming out from the side. It's always, they're staggered. That's just the way they grow. I think that'll probably do. Take this top back, and then once I've got the overall size of the thing down, sort of recovered it a bit, I then want to go and find the twin trunk, because like I said, it's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere. Right, so my normal view is here, with the tallest one on the left and the shortest one on the right. So to recover the twin trunk, we have to take off everything that's in front of it basically, back towards the trunks. and the gap shows up. So it's sort of everything that's growing in towards the middle really. Where did you come from? I missed the long one. Yeah, that'll do, you can see it now. That's also recovered the twin trunk. You can just about see it now. But yeah, I mean this tree does have a lot of branches. What it doesn't have is a decent apex on either of the trees. This one is being allowed to extend the apex, but it was an ugly chop when it was done, not my work, before I ever had it. And being an ugly chop at the top, you've got two choices really. You can chop it lower down and get another leader to start, or put up with what you've got on the grounds that, apart from in the winter, it's always behind leaf cover. But this will be the new leader, and when it's big enough, hopefully it will hide that horrible chop at the top. How it got like that, I'm not sure. This one's the same. This has got an ugly chop at the top as well. And this one's been allowed to extend away from us. Let me tip it over, you might be able to see. It's got an extension heading away from the chop, which heads towards the back of the tree. So it heads away from us, leaving the ugly chop staring you in the face. And it needs a new apex. Both trunks need a new apex. They need to be chopped again. A massive bee just flew at the glass then. Of course I forgot the glass was there, I thought it was heading for me. Huge bee. Proper bumblebee. Right, so that's just brought a bit of shape back to it. Basically I don't want to do any more than that. As I said, if you want to get good ramification on these, you've got to keep at them. They can be hard work. You've also got the problem with the leaves get bigger and bigger. The more you let those extensions grow, the bigger the leaves get. You know, so again, to keep the leaves small, you need to keep at it. The other thing, of course, is if you've got a tree that just refuses to get really small leaves, and the leaves look out of proportion with the tree, then what you're basically saying is your tree is too small, not the leaves are too big. To get the proportions, the tree has to be in scale with the leaves. So if you've got a tree with relatively large leaves, then have a big tree, have a big bonsai, and then they look small. It's all relative. But you might not want the big bonsai, you know, it's choices, always choices. But that's a way of dealing with it. So I'm now looking for individual little shoots that haven't been touched and just taking the end leaf off of those. Get a bit of branching. So I'm not going too mad with this one. I keep it. I nearly gave it away once because I got so fed up with doing all this all the time. I thought I'll give it away, let somebody else have a go, and that person packed in bonsai that was going to have it, so I ended up keeping it. I still think it's destined to go to somebody else. It's not my favourite tree by a long shot. There's an awful lot of dieback in the centre there as well. This is lack of light in here. Lack of light. Right, so I'm beginning to wonder whether that's a better view of the taller tree on the right. This poor extension would then at least be heading towards you, and I could actually get a new leader to start. There's one already there. It took the majority of that lump off. It would still have a zigzag in it, but I wonder whether that would be a better view. I mean, that's the way it's going to get put back on its little bench, simply because the lights, as I said, the light's been coming at it from one direction. So we'll give the other side a bit of a chance now, and sit it like that for a while and see what happens. You can tell the shape with the leaves are all facing us here. Turn it round and they're not, you're looking at the back of them. Well, that's imbalanced light, it's very easy to tell. And most trees, doesn't matter where they are, benefit from a turn every now and again. I mean, some people do it sort of by the calendar, you know, oh, it's time to turn that tree, it's whatever it is, you know, 4th of the month or something. But anyway, that's a bit of a tidy up, I suppose. Got no real layers on this tree. And a lot of that is just because the ramification's not there. Effectively, the layers are here. We've got a low one here. Let's just see if we can get them back. I mean, this has got bits sticking up, that's why you can't see it. So anything sticking up comes off. And anything dropping down comes off from above. Could sort of get the layers back. There is a layer there, there's another layer here, start of one there. You can sort of do it, but and then the layers would get closer together and an apex would be formed, so sort of like that. Over here is just a jumble at the moment. There's a sort of layer there, I suppose, and then this all gets jumbled up here, but that's my new leader, so I am going to let that go and see if I can get that mess to tidy up a bit. We'll see how we go. It's either that or I start again. But the way this tree grows, it naturally puts its branches out almost at right angles to the trunk, so it's very difficult to get a branch that's naturally heading away, you know, to form a leader. Anyway, it's it could go either way, I suppose. But you can see where branches have been taken off in the past and left these huge, you know, misshapes on the trunk. It's just not a very good tree, honestly. I think the only reason I've kept it is because it's a twin trunk. And it is a genuine twin trunk as well, you know. So they part at the ground. So anyway, yeah, just a tidy up, I suppose. And as I said, we'll put it back that way round this time. Let the light come at it from the other side. There's only so many places in the garden where I can put the bonsai. This is the problem. The large expanse of garden, they'd be in full sun virtually all day. And I can't be bothered to be watering my bonsai 2 or 3 times a day because they're drying out and getting baked in the sun. I don't put that much time in. So anyway, it's just another look at the Zelkova serrata. And its little guests, got little spiders all over this one. Little sort of yellow-bodied, long-legged things. Well, hopefully they eat things like whitefly and stuff like that. Not that I've got any, but anyway. See you next time. Thanks for dropping by. And if you've just found this channel or anything, it would be nice if you subscribed. It's a growing channel, new. So any new subscriptions are gratefully received. And hit the old thumbs up thing. It all helps the channel grow. It all helps YouTube see it. And yeah, as I say, it's a growing channel. I think I'll stop picking the dead leaves off because there's little spiders coming off with them and I'd rather they stayed on the tree. Right, see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.